Hi friends, this is CS Neha Karikar and I am a practicing CS from Thane, Maharashtra. This video is all about registration of charges and what happens when the charge is not registered. What are the consequences laid down in the Companies Act? Now, Companies Act is very stringent with regard to Section 77, and when we see the consequences, the liquidator on winding up the company can ignore the charge and can treat the concerned creditor as unsecured creditor. And in case of any other creditor, if any subsequent charge is created on the same property, then that will be given precedence than this charge. When we see a punishment for contravention of charges, we see that company, if it is in default, the company has to pay a fine of not less than 1 lakh rupees, and which may extend to even 10 lakhs, and every officer who is in default will be imprisoned for a term which may extend up to 6 months, or fine which shall not be less than 25,000 rupees, which may extend up to 1 lakh rupees, or both. So the provisions of Section 77 are very stringent, and he will be liable for action under Section 447. Now, when we see what are the particulars of charges which needs to be put in the form, we see that there has to be the date and the type of instrument creating or modifying the charge. There has to be a charge ID in case of modification of charge. Then the amount secured by the charge. If we put it in numbers, it comes in words automatically. What is the type of charge? Then who are the charge holders, whether it's a bank, financial institution, NBFC. Then what are the terms and conditions of the loan? What is the rate of interest? What is the security for the loan? What is the date of resolution which is authorizing the creation of the charge? All this has to be mentioned in that form. And there are certain practical difficulties which happens when the form cannot be filed. Now let us understand what are the practical difficulties which happens why this form cannot be filed. First of all, the digital signature of the director, it might not be registered, or of the practicing professional. That is the first reason why the form cannot be filled or it cannot be filed. The second reason is the form is already signed by a expired DSC, that the digital signature is expired and the new one is not registered on the MCA portal. It so happens that the signature is of the director, but his DIN number is different. Again, the form cannot be filed. The maximum size of the form which is uploaded, it can maximum 6 MB. But sometimes the form, since it is so many times it is not saved properly after the 3 signatures, so happens, or maybe the document size is huge, it so happens it goes beyond 6 MB. So care has to be taken that the size of the form should be maximum 6 MB, then only it can be uploaded on the MCA site. If the file name is too long, that time also MCA portal will not allow you, so you'll have to shorten the file name, then only it can be uploaded. The form has to be properly pre-scrutinized, then only it will be uploaded. And if the details of the practicing professional, for instance my number, CP number, if it is entered as wrong, then it will not allow the form to be filed. So these are the practical problems which happens when we file the form or we fill in the form. So we have to be very, very careful as practicing professionals when we are doing charge registration work. I hope this video has been useful to you. I upload a lot of such videos on my YouTube channel. If you like this video, do like it, share it and hit the subscribe button. Thanks a lot.